Hey guys, what is up? It is No Help, and welcome back to another video today. So today's video, we're going to be testing out some prayer methods on Ensouled heads and testing if they're worth it or not. Now, Ensouled heads are a drop that you get from Slayer. Pretty much every Slayer creature throughout the game, starting out even goblins, they will drop these things called Ensouled heads. They're very different. Each creature has a different drop rate of getting them and stuff like that. But as you can see, every pretty much creature in the game, going all the way up to abyssal demons, dragons, demons, Tazars. The one we're going to be using in today's video, however, is going to be the Blood-Filled ones. And if I go ahead and click on Blood-Filleds here, if I go to the actual creature for killing the Blood-Filleds, you can go ahead and see the drop rate. Alright, so for killing a Blood-Filled, they always drop the ashes, but the chance of you actually going ahead and getting the Ensouled head drop is 1 in 35. So each creature, is different, but they're definitely worth picking up in the long term if you can go ahead and bank them, especially being an Ironman account. Now, as you can see in my bank, in my Slayer tab here, I have got a ton of Ensouled heads that I've just collected from over time with Slayer. The most that I had was the Blood-Filled Ensouled heads, so we're going to be testing those ones out today. I know the dragon ones, the abyssal ones, stuff like that give more experience, even the demon ones, but, we're going to just be doing the Blood-Filleds to kind of keep it average as well and see how much XP we can get an hour and if they're worth using or not. Now, in order to actually do this method and, use the Ensouled heads, you will need to be on the Arceus spellbook. Now, I'm going to go ahead right now and throw the thing up on screen, which goes ahead and shows you the magic level required in order to cast the different animations. So there's the basic reanimation. You will need level 16 magic, and this is for the goblin, monkey, the imp, the minotaurs, the scorpions, the bears, and the unicorns. Then there is the, the medium one, which requires level 41 magic, and that's for dogs, chaos druids, ogres, giants, elves, trolls, and the cave horrors. Then the expert one, the one we're going to be using in today's video, you need 72 magic, and that's for Kelphites, Dagonoths, Blood-Filleds, Tazars, and demons. And the last one, the master reanimation, it requires level 90 magic, and and that's for the Anverinces, the abyssal demons, and the dragons. I'm also going to go ahead and throw up on screen right now a very, very useful thing that you're going to want to unlock is the fairy ring code CIS, which will teleport you pretty much right beside where you actually can go ahead and switch over to the spellbook, the Arceus spellbook, and you need to pay a one-time fee of 80,000 GP to be able to use the fairy ring, and obviously you are going to need to complete the quest Fairy Tales Part 2, or at least start the quest, you know what I mean, and get that unlocked. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a basic little rundown of this and the gear that I'm going to be using. So nothing crazy. My Nezinok Face Guard, Amulet of Torture, Fire Cape, the Rada's Blessing, Abyssal Whip, Fighter Torso, Dragon Defender, Proselyte Legs. We got the Ferocious Gloves, Primordial Boots, and the Brimstone Ring. You obviously don't need a setup like this, but in the inventory here I have a Super Combat Potion, a couple Prayer Potions, and then a full inventory of the Ensouled heads. Then I have the runes in order to cast the spell. I'm going to be using the Expert one like I said in this video, and then I just have my Construction Cape in order to, go back to the bank and to my house. So if you do not have this, obviously just grab another way of teleporting. We're going to be starting this off by going to a fairy ring. So for me, it is going to be in my house, and then using the fairy ring code CIS. And if you do not have this, you're gonna have to walk there the first time, pay the 80k, and then go ahead and get this done. Now, if you aren't already on the Arceus spellbook, you can easily go ahead and just run a little bit north and then east from where you come in here, where you do the blood rune crafting. I'm sure this is a familiar area for a lot of people. Basically come up to here, and when you see the little sign, there will be an NPC here as well, and that's where you can go ahead and switch over your spell book. So it's just a little bit up here, this little thing, the Dark Altar. So if you right click this lady, you can click the spell book, and this is where you can switch over to the spell book. So all you have to do now is go ahead and cast the spell. So if I click this and then click the Blood-Fill, a Blood-Fill will spawn. We're going to get some magic experience from this as well. And yeah, and then all you have to do is just kill it. And you don't really need any potions or anything like that. I just thought, in case, might as well bring them. They're very, very easy to kill, however. But as you can see from that one kill, we got 1,000 prayer experience. So what I'm going to go ahead and do right now is reset everything here, reset all the experience, and test this for a full hour. And then obviously I'm going to be banking, coming back, and seeing how much prayer we can get in an hour. If we do use all of my Ensouled heads, I will switch over to the demon ones, but we're going to try and just use the Bloodville ones. I'm not sure how many we're going to get killed this hour. So yeah, XP is reset. Let's go. I definitely like this. It seems pretty good. We are about 17 minutes in right now. Just a little quick thing. We've already gained 60k prayer. Let that sink in. 17 minutes. The only thing I don't really like about this is the delay. So look, if I cast this like reanimation on the Bloodville here, like look how long this guy takes to spawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 5 seconds. Like why does that take so long? It should just be instant. But maybe if it was instant, it would be like too overpowered. And I realized that I don't really need the prayer potions. You might if you're a lower level, but with my 93 prayer, I can have the piety and protection from melee on the entire time before I go to my house and bank, so it's really not bad. Okay, so we are exactly 40 minutes in right now, and we just ran out of the Bloodville head, so we're moving on to the demon heads now, which will speed up the XP a little bit. Right now, though, we are at 140k prayer gain, which is really good, honestly, and almost already 20k magic as well. I never really even considered how much magic XP this would be, so what I also did is put a tile marker here, because there's certain spots where you actually can't spawn the demon or whatever it is, but yeah, so you just want to be in this line, and it's kind of like the old fire making where you like do one, kill it, and then you do one again. It just kind of reminds me of the old fire making. So let's go ahead and see how much difference in XP the demons will be compared to the blood build. So it's not like it's a huge increase in experience, so it should be fine. Won't be crazy different at the end of the hour. 5 minutes left, and we're pretty much out of the demon heads now too, so I moved on to the Ensouled Dagonoth heads. Let's see the XP for these ones. Shouldn't be, yeah, it's a little bit less, so it averages out to pretty much doing the blood builds the whole time. So yeah, honestly, not too bad. I really do like this method of prayer training. It's definitely different than your traditional either burying bones or using bones at an altar. Yeah, it's really good, and you gain XP and other skills as well, and it's kind of like more of a pay attention method, and if you're a main, it's going to be a hell of a lot cheaper. Okay, the hour timer actually just went off. We have the last Dagonoth here to kill, so we'll knock him out quickly. There we go, already done. And yeah, so let's just go over some of the numbers here. Look at this. In the hour, we gained 276k XP overall. Not bad at all. 27k magic XP, 27k defense XP, so it's almost the exact same there. 9.2k HP. You know, HP adds up over time. That's pretty good for killing fake creatures. And 211k prayer. As you can see, this hourly thing is dropping because I, you know, halfway through the hour, I paused, went and got some food and came back. But 211k XP per hour with basically blood builds. We had some Dagonoths and what were the other ones? The demon heads. So yeah, honestly, I really like this prayer method. You can definitely get a lot more XP if you go to like the altars and whatever like that, but you will save a decent amount of money doing it this way. If you are a main account, you can buy the Ensouled heads for a lot cheaper. What did I use in the hour? I guess about 100 and around 150 maybe, something like that. I guess we could, you know, a little bit more than 150 because we got 200k XP, so I'd say maybe 150 to 170 of the heads total. And you know, if you do the math on that, it will be a lot cheaper than something like Hydra Bones or Dragon Bones, but then you have to keep in mind, you have to use the runes, which are fairly expensive. We used 400 soul runes, 200 blood runes, and 600 nature runes. Overall, I think it's really good method for Ironman accounts because you can pick these heads up, you know, for free while you're doing Slayer. Save them up over time. You know, it might be more worth it to use like the better heads, but then again, like when you're a lower level, you get those lower level heads, those can help you out a ton, you know, especially going for the 43 prayer grind. I think that's gonna definitely help you guys get to the 43 prayer rather than just, you know, killing thousands of dragons or whatever amount of dragons. So yeah, overall, Ensouled heads definitely a decent way to train your prayer. We have some of the giants, another 100 of the giant heads as well. I don't know where those are from, but probably fire giants, I would assume. But yeah, definitely pick up your heads, use them. passive prayer XP. It's good. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video today. If you went ahead and watched the whole video, comment nature rune down in the comments. Thank you guys so much, and see ya later.